everyone. Today we are going to study about the acids. The points which we will cover today are definition of acids, methods of preparation and properties of acids. So we are going to start with the definition. What acids are? So acid may be defined as any substance which contains hydrogen and when dissolved in water produces H positive ion, which is also known as hydrogen ion, or hydronium ion, H3O positive ion, as the only positively charged ion. So, acids may be defined as any substance which contain hydrogen. For example, we have HCl, it has hydrogen. We have HNO3, as you can see, it has also hydrogen atom. We have other acids like H2SO4 that has also hydrogen atom in it, and acetic acid that has also hydrogen atom. We have other acids as well like HNO3, HCOOH, formic acid, and when dissolved in water, whenever dissolved in water, they produce H positive ion or hydronium ion as the only positively charged ion. Let's see. Suppose we have HCl. It after dissolution in water will form, this H positive will move toward the H2O and will form H3O positive ion, and along with it Cl negative ion, chloride ion and hydronium ion. So in this way we can say HCl is a type of acid because it contains hydrogen in it, and whenever it gets dissolved in water, it will produce hydronium ion as the only positively charged ion. At the same time, if we are talking about HNO3, after dissolution in water, it will form H3O positive ion, that is hydronium ion. Along with it will form nitrate ion. So HNO3 and HCl, they are producing only one H3O positive ion. That's why their basicity will be 1, or they are example of monobasic acids. Both of them are monobasic acid. Why they are monobasic acid? Because they are producing only one H3O positive ion after mixing them with water. At the same time, if we are talking about H2SO4, H2SO4 after dissolution in water will produce twice H3O positive ion, 2 hydronium ion produced by H2SO4, along with it sulfate ion, because H2SO4 is going to produce 2 hydronium ion. That's why we can say H2SO4 is a type of dibasic acid and its basicity will be 2. And we have third example. that is H3PO4. If we are talking about H3PO4, phosphoric acid, it after dissolution in water will produce thrice hydronium ion, along with it phosphate ion. So 3 hydronium ion will be produced by phosphoric acid. In other words, we can say phosphoric acid is a type of tribasic acid. So by looking at the number of hydrogen atom, we can guess the basicity of a particular type of acid. But that is not always correct. At the same time, if we are talking about acetic acid, though it has 4 hydrogen atom, total of 4 hydrogen atom present in acetic acid, but it is a type of monobasic acid. You have to keep in mind this important point for exam. That is important for exam. Though acetic acid has total of 4 hydrogen atom, but it is a type of monobasic acid because only 1 hydrogen atom is ionizable. Rest of the hydrogen atom are non-ionizable. So acetic acid has 4 hydrogen atom, but its basicity is equal to 1. That is not equal to 4. So you have to keep in mind the basicity of acids as well. So we have monobasic acid like HCl and HNO3. We have dibasic acid like H2SO4. We have tribasic acid H3PO4 or phosphoric acid. We have seen the definition of acid. Now we are going to discuss about the methods of preparation or methods of formation for acids. Methods of preparation. We are now going to study about the methods of preparation. So the first method for the preparation of acid is by direct synthesis. By direct synthesis. Acids can be prepared by direct synthesis where 2 elements, or particularly we are talking about 2 non-metals like hydrogen and bromine combine together to form hydrogen bromide or hydrobromic acid. At the same time, hydrogen will combine with chlorine to form HCl, which is also a type of acid. The second method for the preparation of acid is by the action of water on non-metallic oxides. And non-metallic oxides are also known as acidic oxides. So the second method for the preparation of acid is by the action of water on non-metallic oxides, and non-metallic oxides are also known as acidic oxides. We have non-metallic oxide like sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide after reacting with water will form an acid, and the name of the acid is sulfurous acid, and the formula is H2SO3. At the same time, if we are talking about non-metallic oxide, sulfur trioxide, and that upon action of water will form sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. So this is sulfuric acid and this is sulfurous acid. At the same time, if we are talking about carbon dioxide, which is also a type of non-metallic oxide, carbon dioxide upon reaction with water will form H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. So acids can be prepared by treating acidic oxides or non-metallic oxides with water. Now the third method, by displacement. From other acids. The third method for the preparation of acid is by displacement and from other acids. This method employs a less volatile acid to generate more volatile acid. So this method is particularly to generate more volatile acid from less volatile acid like H2SO4. We have to use less volatile acid like H2SO4 to generate more volatile acid like HCl, HNO3, etc. So let's take the example where NaCl reacts with H2SO4. So in this reaction, displacement reaction takes place, and upon reaction with H2SO4, NaCl will produce HCl, along with it NaHSO4, and this reaction takes place at a temperature which is below 200 degrees Celsius. And above 200 degrees Celsius, complete displacement takes place. And the other example is NaNO3 upon reaction with H2SO4 at a temperature which is below 200 degrees Celsius will form HNO3, along with it NaHSO4. So these are two examples where we are using less volatile acid like H2SO4 to generate more volatile acid like HCl and HNO3. So we are generating an acid from other acid. Now we are talking about the fourth method, by oxidation of non-metals. Non-metals like sulfur or phosphorus, particularly according to our syllabus, they upon oxidation in the presence of concentrated HNO3 will produce their respective acid, means sulfur turn into sulfuric acid and phosphorus turn into phosphoric acid, and the equation for the reaction is sulfur upon reaction with HNO3. Which type of HNO3 we have to take? That should be concentrated, because concentrated HNO3, concentrated nitric acid, behaves as an oxidizing agent, a powerful oxidizing agent, and helps to oxidize sulfur into sulfuric acid and turn into H2SO4. Along with it will produce water and NO2 gas. And at the same time, if we are going to oxidize phosphorus in the presence of HNO3, that should be concentrated HNO3, then will produce H3PO4, that is phosphoric acid, along with it water and nitrogen dioxide, that is NO2. So in these two methods, what we have done? We have done the oxidation of non-metal to produce their respective acids. Sulfur turn into sulfuric acid and phosphorus turn into phosphoric acid. So that's all about the preparation of acids.
Now we are going to learn about the properties
of acids. What are the different properties, physical as well as chemical properties of acids? So the first property of acid is their taste. They are sour in taste. Like we have lemon has citric acid. Lemon has citric acid and which is sour in taste. At the same time, if we are talking about other acids like acetic acid, which is commonly used in our day-to-day life, that is also sour in taste. The second is their behavior toward different indicators. Acid can turn blue litmus solution red. This is the first information about acids. While we are talking about their behavior toward different indicators, the second indicator we have, that is methyl orange. Acids can turn or can change methyl orange from orange to red. And the third indicator which we have is phenolphthalein. So acids turn the indicator phenolphthalein in alkalis from pink to colorless. So if we are talking about their behavior toward different indicators, then we can say acids can turn blue litmus solution red. The second, they change the color of methyl orange from orange to red. And the third indicator which we have is phenolphthalein. They can turn, or acids can turn phenolphthalein in alkalis from pink to colorless. The third property of acid is their state. Most of the time acids are in liquid state and some of the acids are solid as well. In other words, we can say some acids are solid in nature while some other are liquid in nature. Like we have solid acids like boric acid, S3BO3. The formula of boric acid is S3BO3. And the other acid which is solid in nature is oxalic acid, having the formula H2C2O4 dot twice H2O. And acids which are liquid in nature are acetic acid, common acid, that is H2SO4, etc. So if we are talking about the state of acids, they are particularly solid or liquid in nature, and we have the examples of solid as well as liquid acids. So now we are talking about the chemical property. Action of active metals. Action of active metals on acids. Active metals like sodium, potassium, they react vigorously if we are talking about their reaction with dilute HCl and H2SO4, and they produce hydrogen gas. So in other words, we can say active metals upon reaction with dilute acids will produce their metallic salts along with hydrogen gas. So here we are taking the example of metals like zinc because it reacts moderately not very fast, not very slow, will react with dilute HCl or hydrochloric acid to form zinc chloride, that is a type of metallic salt. Along with it, it will produce hydrogen gas. At the same time, if we are talking about the reaction of zinc with H2SO4 sulfuric acid, that should be dilute H2SO4 upon reaction with zinc will form ZnSO4 zinc sulfate, along with it hydrogen gas. So we have to keep in mind, upon reaction with active metals, the gas which is released is hydrogen. So upon reaction with active metals, acid produces hydrogen gas along with metallic salts. Now the next property of acid is reaction with bases, and this reaction is known as neutralization reaction. So acids upon reaction with base, what is the meaning of base? Base are either metallic oxides or they may be metallic hydroxides. So acids upon reaction with bases may be metallic oxides or metallic hydroxide. Acid produces salt plus water. For example, we have acid like HCl. Here I am taking the example of acid as HCl, and base I am taking the example metallic hydroxide like NaOH. So upon reaction with base, acids produces NaCl along with it H2O. So the products are NaCl, which is a type of salt, and the name of this salt is sodium chloride, and along with it, it will form H2O, water. At the same time, if we are talking about H2SO4, another type of acid, wherever treated with metallic oxide like CuO, this is also a type of basic oxide because that is a type of metallic oxide. Whenever treated with it, will form CuSO4, copper sulfate, a type of salt, along with it H2O, water. So we have lots of examples where we can treat an acid like HNO3. I am taking the example of acid like HNO3. Whenever treated with a base NaOH will form NaNO3, again a type of salt, and the name of this salt is sodium nitrate. Along with it, it will form H2O. So this is also a type of neutralization reaction, because in this reaction acid neutralizes the base or base neutralizes the acid to form salt along with water molecule. Now the sixth reaction of acid with metallic carbonates and metallic bicarbonates. So acids, whenever treated with metallic carbonates or bicarbonates, they form salt, metallic salt. Along with it, they form H2O and CO2. Carbon dioxide gas will be released when an acid reacts with metallic carbonate or bicarbonate. Take the example like HCl. Whenever treated with metallic carbonate like CaCO3, calcium carbonate I am taking. So calcium carbonate, whenever treated with acid, then it forms CaCl2, which is a type of salt. Along with it, it will form water molecule, and the gas which is released is carbon dioxide. So in this example, we are having acid, and that gets treated with metallic carbonate to form salt, water and carbon dioxide. Next we have, suppose we are going to treat HCl with NaHCO3, which is sodium bicarbonate, a type of metallic bicarbonate. Whenever acids reacts with metallic bicarbonate, they form salt in the same manner as the metal carbonates can. So NaCl, along with it, they form H2O and carbon dioxide. So you have to keep in mind this fact that carbon dioxide gas is released whenever an acid reacts with metallic carbonates or metallic bicarbonates. So during exam they may ask you to write the name of the gas which is released when an acid reacts with metallic carbonates or bicarbonates. Now we are talking about the next reaction, that is reaction of an acid with metallic sulfides. Check the spelling, SULPHITES, sulfides or metallic bisulfides. So we have example of metallic sulfides like Na2SO3, that is a type of metallic sulfides. Whenever treated with HCl, a type of acid, then it forms NaCl, twice NaCl, along with it will form sulfur dioxide gas and water. So you have to keep in mind, whenever metallic sulfides, this time I have written sodium sulfide. So sodium sulfide is a type of metallic sulfide. Whenever treated with an acid, will produce salt, along with it sulfur dioxide gas and water. At the same time, if we are talking about bisulfite, NaHSO3, that is sodium bisulfite, whenever treated with acid HCl, will form sodium chloride, a type of salt, along with it water H2O and sulfur dioxide gas. So the short form will be, short form for this reaction is, whenever an acid reacts with metallic sulfide or metallic bisulfite, will form the respective salt along with water and sulfur dioxide gas. So during exam, they may ask you to write the name of acid which is produced when an acid reacts with metallic sulfide or metallic bisulfite. That time the answer will be sulfur dioxide gas. Now we are talking about the next reaction. Reaction with metallic sulfide. Check the spelling, SULPHIDES. So metallic sulfides, whenever treated with acid, they produce a gas. The name of the gas is H2S, and the observation will be that has rotten and smell, that is very bad smelling gas, and can be identified by its peculiar smell, that is rotten egg smell. So let's take the example ZNS, zinc sulfide, whenever treated with H2SO4 sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, then it will produce H2S. The name of the gas is hydrogen sulfide, and the observation will be it has rotten egg smell. Along with it, it will form ZnSO4, a type of salt. And next we have Na2S, which is also a type of metallic sulfide. Whenever treated with dilute H2SO4, will form H2S gas. Along with it will form Na2SO4. So during exam they may ask you to write the name of the gas which is produced when metallic sulfides react with an acid. So the name of the acid is H2S, or they may ask you to write the observation for this reaction, and the observation will be a gas is produced having rotten egg smell. So that's all about the chemical properties of acids, their preparation and definition. Thank you.